This is the opening statement on behalf of the Rule 6 party, Save Our Epping Forest SAC. It is the view of the Rule 6 party that a detailed analysis of the evidence during this inquiry will demonstrate that this appeal should be dismissed. The Rule 6 party is very grateful for being given the opportunity to participate in these proceedings. Indeed, had this appeal been solely between the appellant and the council, it would have been a short affair. For unknown reasons, the council chose to defend only two of the reasons for refusal, the first being Greenbelt and the second being the DRT, which on the face of it seem to be the two most likely to fail. On the Greenbelt issue, the appellant and the council have submitted a statement of common ground, effectively stating that it is agreed that the site will shortly be removed from Greenbelt status. On the DRT issue, the council have now withdrawn their objection based on an increased contribution from the appellant. It is quite concerning how the appellant only initially offered an increase to the DRT contribution immediately before the full council meeting to vote on the application. This went from an amount of £800,000 over 2 years to 1.2 million over 3 years. A further increase was subsequently made during the lead up to this inquiry for an increased sum of 4 million over 10 years. The amounts represent the cost to run the service and do not include any revenue from passengers. The appellant originally claimed that the DRT would be financially viable and not need any subsidy after year 2. Why the council failed to make any attempt to negotiate increases on the Section 106 sums offered during the initial application stage remains unknown. The Rule 6 party consider that there's been no robust evidence submitted by the appellant to demonstrate that the DRT will reduce vehicle trips through the Epping Forest SAC. Although the appellant has claimed the examiner's report on the emerging local plan will be issued shortly, it is understood that there remain significant unresolved issues on the main modifications, meaning that the site remains within Greenbelt and the appellant will need to make a case for very special circumstances. Again, it is considered by the Rule 6 party that the analysis of evidence will show that the circumstances put forward by the appellant are neither special nor very special. The main benefit put forward by the appellant is the creation of jobs, yet they cannot confirm exactly how many jobs or if the jobs would be merely relocated from other premises that will be closed. It should be noted that a large proportion of the job numbers are for a photo studio. In the opinion of the Rule 6 party, there is simply no very special circumstances or other justification to build on Greenbelt for a photo studio which can be located anywhere. Even if the appellant were able to prove that their existing facilities would remain open long term and the maximum number of jobs would be created, and they would all be new jobs, and the total number of jobs still falls below the level required to meet the job creation target set in the emerging local plan. Considering the large size of this site, this would effectively mean the job creation targets in the emerging local plan become undeliverable. The main issue to be decided upon and the main reason for involvement of the Rule 6 party is to establish the environmental impact of the development on Epping Forest SAC. It is known by the appellant and the council that the reason the emerging local plan adoption has been delayed and the reason this development has not been granted permission is because so far neither the appellant nor the council have been able to demonstrate that the developments contemplated will not cause harm to Epping Forest SAC. Both have been made aware by Natural England that they must be able to establish beyond reasonable scientific doubt that there will be no harm to Epping Forest SAC and that any increase in traffic within 200 metres of Epping Forest SAC will cause harm. To overcome the Epping Forest SAC issue in the emerging local plan, the council have put forward their interim air pollution mitigation strategy. Natural England have stated that the IAPMS mitigation measures relied upon by the council to avoid adverse effects must be achievable in practice and that the policy caveats and restrictions can be relied upon to avoid adverse effects to site integrity. Natural England have also stated that they currently do not accept that the policy wording to the main modifications to the emerging local plan are acceptable and have criticised a number of the measures in the IAPMS. Most significantly, even if the IAPMS were to be approved, the timetable for implementation of the measures needed to mitigate the impact of developments does not start until at least 2025. On this basis, the IAPMS on its own is insufficient for the appellant to demonstrate no harm to Epping Forest SAC, since the appellant intends to complete and occupy the development long before 2025. For the period before 2025, it is understood that the appellant aims to demonstrate no harm to Epping Forest SAC through their own mitigation measures. This package of mitigation measures principally relies on the DRT to reduce vehicle trips through Epping Forest SAC, ANPR cameras to prevent staff and visitors taking routes through Epping Forest SAC, and a route management plan under a Section 106 agreement to ensure HGVs and other commercial vehicles do not enter Epping Forest SAC. In response to this mitigation package, Natural England have stated the need to be certain that the measures being proposed are enforceable, both legally and in practice, quantifiable and effective beyond reasonable scientific doubt. We intend to show that these measures do not comply with the requirements of Natural England and are not only impractical and unworkable, but legally unenforceable. In essence, the proposed reduction of 120 two-way trips per day through Epping Forest SAC, a result of introducing a DRT, cannot be verified. The proposed ANPR cameras cannot control movements of vehicles through Epping Forest SAC that choose to park off-site. The use of a route management plan via a Section 106 agreement is legally unenforceable. In relation to legally required mitigation measures, the IAPMS required by the emerging local plan, it is explicit that the measures must be secured before consent is given to development. Consequently, the certainty required by Natural England to demonstrate beyond reasonable scientific doubt that this development will not cause harm to Epping Forest SAC cannot be demonstrated by the appellant. Thank you.